But I'm tired of having to try and explain myself to people who I have shown nothing but genuine love for. And instead of them questioning what may have happened, simply asking, Chloe, I noticed you stopped sharing your location. You know, what's going on? I've always been a girl's girl. And as I've gotten older, I've learned I've been a girl's girl to a fault. Today is Monday, July 7th. I haven't heard from him. Yeah, I'm really thinking about going back to my blonde hair and my blonde natural hair. Hey, y'all. So today, you beautiful people are going to be my therapist. Today's vlog is a tender one because sisterhood and relationships have been sitting heavy on my heart. And truth is, I carry a lot of sister friends with me. Some still here, some from my past, but all have left an imprint. I won't even pretend to have it all together. Like the name of my old podcast said, I am flawed as fuck, and I own that. Every single day, I ask God to quiet my ego and fill me up with more of Him so that when people cross my path, they don't just see me, but the God working in me. I pray to be a better mother, a more loving sister, a present friend, and if it's in the cards, a whole and healthy partner. I ask God to show me, the real me, the parts that still need healing, the pieces that need more softness, more accountability, and more growth. And if I'm going to talk about friendship, I've got to be honest about the ways I've messed up in the past too. I've been controlling, I've been jealous, I've been possessive, I've been envious, insecure, all of it. But I've done the work and I keep doing the work to shed those layers, to become someone I'm proud of. I'm still growing, forever evolving. And honestly, I think that's one of the things I love most now about myself. All right, now, let's get into the vlog. Love y'all. Bye for now. Chloe. Happy Monday. Y'all, I'm so hurt. Two of my glass juice bottles exploded in the fridge. And y'all, I hate cleaning out the refrigerator, but it is beet juice everywhere. Am I the only person that hate cleaning out the refrigerator? I clean out my refrigerator. I'm gonna be honest. Thoroughly clean my refrigerator. Thoroughly. About once a month. So now I got beet juice everywhere. But I was just... Hold on for a minute. Let me put on my microphone. I'll be back. But I was just thinking about friendships and how I probably need to put y'all on the pedals. Hold on. Let me see if y'all will stick right here. And if it's on follow. Okay. So, I was just thinking about friendships, women, and being girls. I'm in this group. Some of you guys might be in the group, some of you don't. I was in the group long time ago saying it was don't date them girl. And now I think it has metabolized into sis, is this your man? And I mean beet juice everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. So sorry for putting my butt up to the camera. So, in this group, a lot of the women post, and it speaks to, I feel so bad sometimes because it speaks to the insecurities of my sisters. And it also speaks to the cattiness of my sisters and how we just are not supportive of each other and how mean-spirited we are towards each other. Now, I said before, and I'm not sure if it was posted in our vlog when the girls came in town, that I'm not one of those women that says, well, I don't hang out with women because women are so messy and women keep so much stuff going and I don't have time for women. That's the only reason. That's why I only hang out with men, you know, blah, 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 blah. I am very much a girl's girl. Girl's girl. Y'all don't pay attention to that. When I say I am, I told you, skip to another subject. In the gray box over there is boots and winter shoes that I know that I'm not gonna wear. And then in this cart is stuff that's going to the trash. So that's what you're seeing. And then those are the cleaning stuff, because yesterday I really mopped my floors and swept my floors and all that other good stuff. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So I'm not one of those women that is quick to say, well, I don't hang around women because women keep too much stuff going and blah, 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 blah. I'm just not. Might as well throw some of this stuff away since I'm doing it, especially stuff that I know I'm more than likely not going to eat or use. Anyway, so I'm not that woman, and I am a firm believer that no one understands what you're going through as a woman better than another woman, especially whenever you're a mother. Nobody understands what you go through as a black mother better than another black mother. So I believe in, you know, being each other's support system, because I think I've talked about this before, because those men that you hang out with, 9 times out of 10, especially if you're attractive, not saying, I remember, we're all beautiful, but if given a chance, they would screw you. You know, a lot of them, not all of them, because I have some good guy friends that, now I know that if given a chance they would, but I set those boundaries. But so while you're out here, you're saying that you don't deal with women because they keep too much stuff going and this, that, and the third and all this other stuff. Again, a lot of times you need to check your own self and be honest with yourself, because a lot of times the people that say that are messy, they keep a lot of stuff going, and they don't know how to be a friend. But that's not all the time. That's not always the case. And I have to acknowledge that. And the reason I say I have to acknowledge that, because I'm in this group called Sis, Is This Your Man? And I really need to get out of it, because I got in it because somebody like, oh girl, and they sent me something. It was somebody that I know. I've seen a lot of men in there that I know, and I just shake my head. Don't really say too much for the most part, but when they put them in that group, it be the ones that need to be in that group. But the thing is that the women in the group is supposed to be for women to warn each other or find out if their man is cheating Stuff like that. And I know it's negative energy, but it is, now it's gotten to be where I'm sitting back and I'm watching. July 12th already here, and I know I ain't gonna use it. I'm sitting back and I'm watching, and y'all, let me put y'all on the what you call, so I can sit down. I'll be back. Oh my head. Okay, I'm back. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching when women post, and we just are not girls. We are so mean and destructive towards each other and catty. And it's like we're constantly looking for the opportunity to to pounce versus lifting each other up. We keep talking about living this soft life, but we're not soft inside. We are actually very mean, very catty, and we just don't know how to be a friend. We don't know how to be a girlfriend. And for me, being a girlfriend is gentle corrections, showing support, showing love, showing kindness, and not being so quick to judge, not being, now here's something I firmly believe in. You can have, I don't want to call it jealousy, but you can see things in some of your girlfriends or stuff like that that you admire, that inspires you. Let me say it like that. That inspires you and that you admire. For example, I got a flat booty. I see my girlfriends who have a nice behind. That inspires me. Chloe, you need to do more squats. Ask her, especially if she's working out, what is it that you're doing? Because girl, I need some help over here. And girl, you are banging. Why is it so hard for us to give another sister compliments, but it's so easy for us to tear another woman down? And it's not even just women, just people. And I'm not even talking about, what I go through on YouTube. I'm just talking about in general. Just sitting around, sometimes you're sitting around with a group of women and they're picking apart every woman that they see. I found myself to start distancing myself. I used to might, giggle or laugh, but then I'm like, that is reaffirming bad behavior. So now I just don't say anything. Or they'll be like, look. And I'm like, yeah, I see. And leave it at that. I'm not going to key with you whenever you're tearing another sister down. But then I know that you have your own insecurities. I know that you won't stop wearing weave because you ain't got no edges, or you don't have, you barely got any hair, but you tearing another sister down, but you have your own insecurities. I see even women who, one of my Eastern Star sisters, she used to always talk about how ugly other women are. She's not cute, or she's ugly, or she looks a mess. And in my mind, I'm saying, you're extremely facially aggressive your own self, but you gonna tear another sister down. I mean, it drives me bananas. But what I was thinking about yesterday as I was, cleaning up my kitchen, whenever you are on, and this is another thing with women, they quickly jump to assumptions or misconstrue things, or something happens and they don't ask you about it, but then they forget about all the times that you were there for them and all the things that you have done. And so one small thing can have them to completely annihilate you without having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? For example, I have quite a few of my girlfriends that we share locations with. I share locations with my sister, my daughter, and I have about 4 or 5 girlfriends that I share locations with. Some I've been sharing locations with for a couple of years. So what happened is that lately I go through my phone, and I'm learning not to be so attached to things, not to be so attached to photos, especially if I know I've got them uploaded on Facebook or Instagram, or I got them backed up or whatever. I even go through my Google Photos and I do a scrub, because a lot of times if you never go to that specific app and start searching, you'll forget about it. And so I'm learning to not hoard and hold on to things like I used to. So I to clear up my phone memory, I go through and I delete all my text messages. I mean, because it takes up so much memory. There's nothing in those text messages that I need to think or recall or use later on. If it is, I'll save it. I still have saved, a lot of my mama's voicemails that she left, but I delete voicemails. I delete everything. And it's because we hold on to too much stuff, and that stuff, whether it's seen or unseen, is energy that drags us down, that causes us to be depressed, and we don't even realize it. So I delete a lot of photos. I even go on my Instagram and I will periodically archive all the stuff on my Instagram. Facebook is a little harder, but I delete. Even I went with my Google. I go through my Google. I do not let. Some people got 500,000 emails in their Google. I delete all that stuff because I may miss something important because of it. I unsubscribe from all of that stuff. I'm just really trying to clean up and declutter not just my home but my life, if that makes sense. Makes sense to you. So whenever I went through and I deleted all of the text messages, I didn't pay attention to the thing that pops up and says, do you want to stop sharing locations? I just hit, I hit yes. So when I hit yes, I stopped sharing locations with everybody I was sharing locations with. And I didn't realize it till somebody said something to me, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't. So I went back and started sharing locations. So some people will take that as I'm trying to be funny because we hadn't talked in a while, and we don't talk as much as we used to or whatever. So they take me seeing me, seeing it, they get the notification that Chloe's no longer sharing her location. They think I'm trying to be funny or something like that, but it's not that. It was a mistake that happened. But I'm tired of having to try and explain myself to people who I have shown nothing but genuine love for. And instead of them questioning what may have happened, simply asking, Chloe, I noticed you stopped sharing your location. What's going on? And it would have been a simple fix as saying, damn, I'm sorry. And believe me when I say I'm sorry, it was a mistake. And it reminded me of a girlfriend that I had. We had been friends, and I may have told this story before, but for the new subscribers, you'll hear it again. And it made me think of how I've been in relationships. I've been very much a girl's girl. And I had this conversation with you guys before where how men think bros before hoes as their moniker. I have, for most of my life, had the mindset of my girls before guys. Because of what, I've been through or whatever, I've always put more importance and emphasis on. Good morning. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, they're cleaning the pool because, baby, when I say they tow up that pool, they tow up that pool. But anyway, so So real quick, anytime I see any of the people that works around here, the maintenance people, I always tell them thank you because I know the struggles that they go through as far as trying to maintain the property. People throw trash, people dump out stuff, people leave old tires in the parking garage. They just, so I always tell them, thank you, I appreciate you. Even the trash guy that comes by, he picks up trash. If I hear him pick up the trash outside my door as he's walking away, I open the door to get my trash bin. I always say, thank you, I appreciate you. Anyway, so I've always been a girl's girl. And as I've gotten older, I've learned I've been a girl's girl to a fault because I value my girlfriends way more than I value men, because I always believe that, men come and go, girlfriends are forever. But it has sometimes been to my detriment because I'm so much of a friend and so much always there that I think it becomes taken for granted. And then whenever I, pull back and decide, okay, I'm going to take some time for me, Chloe saying no, or Chloe deciding not to go along with the masses, or Chloe, just making time for herself, they can't accept that. And it's a problem. And it's what bothers me the most is that they forget about all the times that, I've been there for them when they needed me, and even whenever they don't need me. And if I see a need that you don't ask for, but I see a need, I still think about you. You get what I'm saying? I still, think about you. If you're pregnant and you're at work, I would just pop up, just like, what you doing? What time you go to lunch? Oh, I go to lunch at 12, and I pop up at 11:45 and just bring you lunch and just give you a hug, just say I love you, or send you flowers to your job just to say, girl, I'm proud of you, I love you, whatever. If I'm out somewhere and I see something that is something you like, or I think that you'll like, I'll get it. My friend Kashia, she loves Mickey Mouse. If I see something that is not commonly seen that's Mickey Mouse, I would get it for her. Mickey Mouse pajamas, whatever. That just is who I am. But I'll admit it's who I am now, but more carefully with who I love on, if you get what I'm saying. Because if you keep giving more of yourself and you're not getting the same in return, not necessarily saying you're going to get the same return, but if you keep giving, and nobody is pouring back into you, you will quickly deplete yourself. And I've depleted myself so many times over the years, and I don't want to become hardened. And so I just am more careful about who I love on, if that makes sense. So it reminded me about a girlfriend that I went to elementary school with. We had been knowing each other for more than half our lives, and was really, really close. That was my girl. We've shared so many very personal moments with each other. And so, she went through an illness, and it came back, and then she went through the illness again, and it came back, and I was there. And not only was I there, but I was there listening to her as she went through turmoil with her best friend not being there for her the way that she expected her to be there for her at such a pivotal point in her life. And she had been there for that best friend when she had gone through so much tragedy in her life. And so it hurt her. But I was there, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I found out what she was going through, I jumped in, got her some support that would support the situation that she was going through. I was there, I talked to her, I listened. She was going through some more stuff, not only with her self-help wise, but she was going through some stuff with her family. I was listening, anytime, we used to talk on email a lot while we was at work. If I changed jobs, as soon as I got to my new job, got my new email, hey, send an email. This is my new email. just that, hey, let's hook up, let's go have, let's go have dinner, let's go have drinks, whatever, that type of thing. So, so whenever I was trying to finish my first book to get it published, I had been writing that book for like 12 years. And I had said, finally, this is when I started going through a change of learning how to love myself, learning how to set boundaries, learning how to say no, learning how to not be all over the place, trying to be everything for everybody, and finding strength in saying, sometimes, Chloe, you just got to say no, because if you don't, again, you keep pouring out more than people are pouring into you, you're going to break down. So, this particular person, at the time I was going through a lot of hardships and I was going through a lot of financial issues and stuff like that. And people would be like, well, if you need anything, I got you. And I'm like, no, I got this. And then sometimes you do need to let people help you. But at that time I've always been, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to take care of it. I've just been that type of person for most of my life. It's hard for me to ask for help. And it's hard for me to accept help. So, what happened was this person was getting ready to get married, and they were having a destination wedding. And the wedding was going to be on a beach. It was in the United States, but it was going to be on a coastal wedding. And I had lost my job. I wasn't working, but I was, hustling. And so leading up to the wedding, I was like, I called her and I was like, let's have, I called her and I told her, I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make the wedding because, right now I'm just going through a lot. I'm trying to find my footing. And so I can't really I couldn't afford the gas to put the gas in the car to drive there. I couldn't afford a hotel to stay there. So I was like, well, let's go out to dinner. I want to take you out to dinner, before your wedding. Now, mind you, like I said, up until this point, I had been there for so many things. I had been there, birthday parties. I had even went to a birthday party that she had at a specific outing where you had to pay, I think it was $50 just to go there and to see the show. And then it was like a minimum that you had to pay to eat. I did not have the money to do it, but I could not say no. And so I went, I paid that. I ate the minimum that I could get away with, didn't drink. And then whenever I left, I had to turn on my app, my Lyft app, and hustle when I left her birthday party because I did not have the money that I spent. So we went to dinner. She said that she understood and she was she was okay with it, but I could tell that she was disappointed, and it hurt me that she was disappointed. But I had to set boundaries. I had to stop putting my own well-being in jeopardy for other people. And it hurt me to say, I won't be able to make it, but I just could not do it. So go a couple of months later, and I was really on my grind with finishing my book. I had already committed. I said, this weekend, I'm going to just work on my book. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to look at TV. I'm not going to do anything. So she sent me a message, and she said that she was having a birthday party for her husband. And so I responded, thanks for the invite. I say, but, right now, I said, I'm really on my grind. I'm trying to get this book finished. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that, blah, 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 blah. She responds to me, well, I knew you weren't going to come. I just sent the invite anyway. And I'm like, what? I'm like, hold up, what? Yeah, I just sent the invite anyway because I knew you weren't, I knew you weren't gonna come because you never come. And it's when I say it slapped me in the face. I mean, no, it didn't slap. It punched me in the face. I'm like, when you were going through your medical emergency, you went through. I stood with you, stood by your side twice when you went through this situation. Twice, I was there. When you was in the hospital, I didn't even have. I had barely had enough gas money, and had to be careful about how long I paid because I had just enough money to pay for parking to come see you in the at the hospital while your so-called best friends didn't even come. I was calling on you. I was checking on you. I was there for you. I was there for you. I was there for you. And I'm telling you, this situation still hurts me to my heart. I was there for you. When you was going through stuff that you was going through with your family, I was there for you. But the 2 times that I said no, because I couldn't afford it, and the other time that I said no, because I had made a commitment to myself, this is what you say to me. And at that point, our friendship just dissipated. And I'm like, I couldn't even say to her, because then I felt like I would be throwing up in her face all the things that I had did and all the times I had been there. I didn't even bring, and I'm good for that. I'm real good for not expressing to the people who treat me like this and reminding them of all the times that I was there, all the times that I am there. And then whenever I say no, I'm a villain. I don't get it. How can you just completely forget all the times that I was there? I've been there times when I didn't even have it in me to be there, but I still stood 10 toes down for you. I don't understand. And so, for a while we was, still friends on social media, this, that, and the third. But eventually, I just started scrubbing people from my account. I just started scrubbing. I don't need to see what's going on in your life. You don't need to see what's going on in my life, because it's different for people that I don't know. I don't care about you seeing what's going on in my life and all this other great stuff. But for people who I have been there for and who's supposed to be my girl and all of that, it's totally different. You don't need to see what's going on in my life. For what? Because you don't care, or you just probably want to pick it apart or have something to say. It's just a different kind of energy, if you understand what I'm saying. So, I was looking at the young lady that always cleans up. So, we end up running into each other about 2 years after this went down. We end up running to each other this was before I deleted them. We end up running into each other at a sports bar during football season, because we're both big, Atlanta Falcons fan. And I saw her. She was, sitting at the bar with her husband and some more people and stuff. And so I came by and I saw her, and I looked and I went up to her and I went to hug her, and she looked at me like this. And so I went in and I hugged her and I said, no matter what, I love you and I will, always love you. And she was like, she said, yeah, me too. I said, we need to get together, and, get together, have some drinks, have dinner, and talk. But she was and so I walked away, kept going. That was my olive branch for us to try and figure this thing out. So it, after I walked away, I'm like, Chloe, why do you keep being the one to reach out? Why do you always have to be the one to keep being the bigger person? Let somebody else do it. Shit, get somebody else to goddamn do it. So that was that. Never happened. So after that, I think it was the next year, back at the same sports bar. Wasn't too many people in there. Matter of fact, we ended up leaving because it was too damn hot. My childhood best friend was sitting over here, and I was sitting up here with my girls. And so she came by, and as she's coming by, I'm sitting there, and she looks at me, and I'm sitting there with my girl. She said, yeah, you real funny acting. You real funny acting. And I looked, and I said, okay. So she went and hugged what was my childhood best friend, because all of us went to school together. And then she walked back by. It was at that point that I said, fuck this shit. And I deleted her. I deleted her on all applications, all social medias. I deleted her. And that was because first of all, you're going to try and front me out. If you got a problem with me, be a woman and say, hey, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you for a minute? But that fronting me out, and we're in our 50s, baby, I don't do that. I don't do that. I wasn't a fronting out type of person when I was in my 20s and 30s and 40s. Darn sure not going to do it in my 50s. You're not going to front me out. And I'm not going to give you what you want, because you wanted a different reaction than what I gave you. And so I just said, I'm learning how. Chloe, just charge it to the game. So my mom passed away, and she reached out to me a couple of months ago. She texted me, and I looked at the number, but I wasn't sure, but I thought it might be her. And she was just like, hey, I'm just now hearing about you. It was after Mom. It was after. So this is July. I think it was right before Mother's death date. And she reached out to me, and she texted me, and she said, hey, I'm just hearing about your mom. She said, I am, so sorry to hear that, what happened. I just wanted to share my condolences. And y'all, I really didn't know how to respond, because I wasn't sure if that was an olive branch, or if I had to protect me. So I sat there and I looked at it for a while, and then when I realized who it was, I waited, a couple of hours, and then I responded. I was like, "Hey, thanks," because she knew that me and her had trauma bonded on those types of issues that I had with my mom. We had also trauma bonded on that, and so she knew I had went through with my mom. Most people don't know, because I don't talk about the situation with my mom. With just anybody and my friends and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I say, it's been almost a year, it's been really, really rough. And, I didn't realize that I would miss her so much. And, I was telling her that for a very long time, I was just riding around feeling lost, feeling like an abandoned child. Just get on the freeway and just ride with no destination in mind, because I just didn't know what to do with myself. And so she responded with a heart, and that was that. But here recently, I have a girlfriend who I don't know what's going on, and to be quite honest, I'm not going to ask. We were really, really, tight. I would always reach out. Let's go to Waffle House. Let's go grab some breakfast. Or, we would go places together, meet up, hang out, whatever. But then she got in a relationship. And when she got in a relationship, I'm one of those people that once you find what all of us as women are looking for, baby girl, I am not only happy for you, But love on your man. You don't need to be out here in the streets with us. You done found what we are all searching for. Love on your man. I'm one of those chicks. When you get a man, some women, well, she done got her man and she ain't got time. She ain't got time to hang. She ain't got time to do this and blah, 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 blah. I'm one of those chicks. I'm watching people by the pool. I'm sorry. I'm one of those chicks that when you find what we are all searching for, I'm a girl's girl. I don't expect you to hang with me all the time. I don't expect you ain't got to hang with me never again. Baby, cultivate that relationship, especially if he's a good man. That's who your best friend should be. I am a firm believer that when you find what we are all out here searching for, even if I am your best friend, especially once you get married, I'm your second best friend. Your husband is your first. Hands down. I'm a strong believer in that. People say, well, you still need to do this. You still need to do that. How are you going to tell me what I need to and need not to do for my life? You need to be happy for me. That's what needs to happen. Is just, you need to be happy for me. So once, I would say with, this, that, and third, and I would see that they would, because we was sharing location. I would see that they're gone here, they're going there, they're out of town, they're doing here, they're in New York, they're here and they're there. Girl, you with your man, y'all traveling, y'all doing the thing, y'all doing what we want, what us women say that we want, if you feel where I'm going. So I'm gonna pull back because I feel like we don't have to talk every day. We don't have to text every day. We don't have to see each other every day. We are still girls. Whenever you got time, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So then I can catch up on all the good stuff that you've been going through. I'm here. But I will stop inviting you and asking you to go places, not because I'm being funny or I'm a hater. I'm doing it out of giving you the respect and the distance to continue to cultivate and grow your relationship. So, I saw a post, and I'm one of those people, I don't post on social media my feelings whenever it is something negative, like women don't do this and why I don't hang with women and real friends this and real friends that. I'm just not one of those people that posts taking subliminal shots at people. And that's just not my bag. It's never been my bag. Even whenever I'm in a relationship and me and a guy are going through hard times, I hate to see that, where women will post subliminals at their mate or their ex-mate or their mate's new woman, and it's just not me. If it's you, it's you. But I'm very private in that, and I'm just not petty like that, and I just don't need the whole world. Oh, baby, this is my thing, so I need to go do my 20 squats. So I'm going to snooze it because I got to do my 20 squats yeah. So I'm just not that person. But whenever I saw that post, because me and this person have had conversations about other mutual people who, whatever. So I suppose I reached out to him. I commented on that. I said, well, I know it's not me. I said, because it's going to always be love with us. And she liked it, but she liked everybody's comment. So then I sent her a text message. When I sent her, okay, back it up. A couple of weeks ago, we had a group chat. It was me, her, and another person, me, her, and two other people. And I noticed that she unsubscribed from the group chat. And I was like thinking maybe she unsubscribed from the group chat because I had sent okay, yeah. I had to come inside because my camera overheated. So I done ran over there, threw it in the freezer, let it cool off, and I'm back. So anyway, I don't even know where I was at. So, so I said that. So then I inboxed them. No, I texted them, and I said to them, I was like, I know that. Hold on, let me see. You know what? Let me see because I'm one of those people. I might have deleted it because I've been deleting stuff. Oh, look at my squat thing. Here it is. Yeah. I deleted. I like I said, I go in here. So let me go to it. It's up on the recently deleted it. So what I said to them, because I want to be authentic in what I say. I said, this was on June 30th. I said, ma'am, I just read your poem and just realized you stopped sharing your location. Now, let's back it up. When I sent this was before I realized that when I go through and scrub scrub all my text messages, that it stops you from sharing your location. So at the time, I didn't realize it. And then I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday that brought this whole conversation about. So I said, ma'am, I just read your poem and just realized you stopped sharing your location. I pray that I'm not included in that you wrote about because I always reach out to you. But each time you always are busy or doing something or heading out of town. So I said, I needed to understand you're in a relationship now and you'll reach out when you have time. Love you. Send a blowing kiss. Now that was at 2:07 p.m. on Monday, June 30th. So and we always respond to each other almost immediately. So by Monday, June 20th at 10:09 p.m., I sent another text. I said, okay, and sent. So then they come back at 10:17. I'm going to respond, been on the road. I sent a thumbs up. Today is Monday, July 7th. I haven't heard from him. So, anytime I usually text, like I said, respond right away. So yesterday, my sister, D, who lives across the hall, well, not across the hall, across the pool, this was our conversation. So I sent her, because let me tell you what happens. What happens is that when you stop sharing location with people, if they're sharing locations with you, you still can see their location. So that's how I didn't know I had stopped sharing location with them, because with the exception of the person I just talked about, it's because I could still see their locations, my daughter location, my sister location, my sister D location, other people location who I was sharing location with. I could still see their locations. So, once I realized, whenever I went to do a scrub or delete yesterday, and it popped up again, and it said, would you like to continue to share locations with these people? I finally read the message and I hit yes. It said, would you like to stop sharing locations? No, it either as would you like to stop sharing location or would you like to continue to share location? Either way, I affirmed that yes, I want to continue to share location. So that's whenever I realized, oh dang, that's whenever I went into the different people's locations that I had been sharing locations with, and I looked
and it said, it basically said that I could share locations. So when it says that I could share locations instead of saying stop sharing locations, that's whenever I realized I had been stopped sharing locations when I had deleted all of this stuff. So I went and started sharing locations again with these people. So this is what I sent to my sister. If you can see it, I'm gonna try and sit up here long enough where you can see it, so you can read it. So it said, I thought I was sharing my location, sad face. She said, nope, you cut me off weeks ago. And she did the laughing emoji. That's my sister. So I said, sis, I didn't mean to. I realized that when you delete a message, it disconnects your sharing locations. I delete all my messages and photos every week to make sure I don't use up so much memory. My sister's response, it's okay. I just started peeking out the window to make sure your lights was going on and off. Laughing, 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 laughing. I love you. Send a blowing kiss. I sent one back to her. I love you more and I'm back now. I just realized I need to reshare with my sister and child too. So I hadn't even been sharing locations with my sister and my child. Y'all, whenever I say trying to maintain these sisterhood connections can sometimes truly be draining. I'm not going to harden my heart, but it can be, dealing with y'all can be draining as fuck, because sometimes, a lot of times, oftentimes, most times, only thing it takes is a conversation or asking a question. That's all it takes. Hey, I just seen that you stopped sharing location with me. Something's going on. Or with me, I'll send a message and I'll be like laughing like, oh, you just stopped sharing locations with me. You must be planning on doing some dirt. If you want to do some dirt, just let me know that you all right whenever you get there. That's how I would handle things. But I understand that everybody's not like me. And this is going to be just one blog, just one straight blog. I'm not going to add anything else to it. This is about sisterhood. This is about us doing better. This is about learning how to love each other better. This is about learning how to communicate better. This is about being open and honest and transparent with each other about our feelings, about our insecurities, questioning if there's something that needs to be questioned. Did I do something wrong? Hey, what's going on? You've been kind of distant lately. Is something going on? Did I do anything wrong? Is there anything that you need to talk about? If somebody tells you, no, I'm not going to be able to make it, being understanding that about the 200 million times that they was there before you. So understand that sometimes people need their space. Sometimes people need to get themselves together. Sometimes people need to work things out in their mind. Sometimes you need to just say, hey, you look like you're going through some stuff. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. I understand if you don't want to talk about it and you need your space, but I'm here for you. Girl, I'm so happy for you that you got a new man and y'all been stuck up with you. But whenever you become unstuck, girl, I'm here because I want to hear all the tea. I want to hear all the goodness about what's going on. Women, especially Black women, we have got to do better. That's it. We got to do better. That's all I got. Love you, beautiful people. Love you, beautiful people.
Hey, bye. So I ran out to, I ordered some stuff off of Amazon, and I was going to, I'm really thinking about going back to my blonde hair and my blonde natural hair, because my hair is so thin and I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of fighting with this. And when my hair is blonde, when I wear my hair blonde, even when it curls up, even though my hair is thin, when it's blonde, it hides the alopecia. So I'm thinking about not relaxing it for about 2 months, and then for 2 months will give me about that much hair, and then not relaxing, not dyeing it, and then letting it curl back up and dyeing it blonde. So anyway, I ordered some stuff off of Amazon, and I know, Prime Day deals and all this other stuff. But this is for my vacation. And I got another package that was delivered. I went and picked this up because I don't know what's going on with the people who delivers our packages. Well, they've gotten to where they want to deliver it the next day after they receive it, when they were delivering it the same day. So I just went and picked it up. And then while I was sitting there, another package came in, but it was going to be a while before they could scan it in. So I'll just let them deliver that tomorrow. But let's see what's in the package. I already know what's in here. So I did order these, the vacuum seal that comes with a portable air pump. So, I got to do my sponsorship. Don't judge me, judge your mama. With level 8 luggage. I might as well go ahead and tell y'all that's who it is, level 8 luggage. And so I've already packed up a lot of my stuff. I'm very proactive. I'm being very proactive. So I packed up like my bathing suit. I got this cover up, another cover up, and I have like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Y'all, don't judge me, judge your mama. I got like 8 outfits there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how this vacuum seal works with packing my luggage, because I know I'm going to have to put some slides and some sneakers in there, because I got to put out some workout clothes. I do plan on working out. But I also, because y'all know I broke my shades that I was so crazy about, and I broke them. So I ordered some more shades. And so these are the shades that I ordered. And then I have another set of shades that's coming whenever they deliver it tomorrow. Now these right here are very plastic, as I can see. They're very plastic. The other ones, this part of it was metal, and remember it had the ball on the end. I might go back and reorder those, but I just went ahead and ordered. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to do an Amazon review. Okay. So these right here, I love to see when my girl Kaylani wears her shades. She is the shade queen. That's her signature. She's Miss Shades. But I love the yellow tint. I love to see it on her. And so I got me some. And see, I love to see shades with short hair. And Kay keeps telling me to come on back to the bright side, bright as in blonde. So she's like, sis, just come on, just come on back. So oh yeah, baby, I love these, especially when I put my eyebrows on. When I put my eyebrows on, y'all ain't gonna even tell me nothing. So I got these 2 pairs of shades. They're almost similar, but these are brown and these are yellow. And then I also
got this body chain. And wow, can I open it? Anyway, y'all, I got this. It's not really a body chain. Well, it is kind of like a body chain. I'm gonna figure it out. But it's like it goes around here and it goes just down here. It's, yeah. And then I also want to get a hand chain, which I need to go on there and order. So that's what's in my Amazon today. I also need to go downstairs because I ordered something off of TikTok shop that I also need to, why they just give me one case? You sent 2 pairs of shades, but you only gave me 1 case. Okay, that's gonna be that. And y'all, I haven't been curling my hair. I haven't been putting any heat on my hair, but these are so cute. I saw this. Look how tiny these are. So I'm taking these in case I want to, you know, throw a few little curls in the hair. I'm not sure. I really have been trying to stay away from heat. Y'all, I don't know. Whenever it comes to my hair, I'm going to tell you, I flip-flop so freaking much. I know I had said that I didn't want to put any, didn't want to keep bleaching my hair because, you know, of course, you know, my aunt has brain cancer. She used to wear bleach all the time. But then I'm putting a relaxer in it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just conflicted. So that's for today. I am gonna get back to, why do we have so many clothes? Why do we have so many clothes? So many clothes. So now I got to get back to finish packing up that second gray crate of clothes. I keep, y'all. Anyway, y'all beautiful people. Have a beautiful day, and I'll catch up with you guys later on in the week. Wait a minute. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to say 7 days. 7 more days to Cancun. 7 more days to Cancun. 7 more days to Cancun. I'll holler at you beautiful people later.